Yeah, so we do these regular rapid fire questions with all the guests.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to add in a bonus one that we've done a few times now, just because you guys are sports guys. So we'll start with that one. If you had to watch just one sports team from now for the next 10 years, what team would it be?
Baltimore Ravens.
Oh, get the fuck out of here. God damn it. This is fucking ridiculous. I'm so over it.
Why? Wait, what?
I'm a giant Bengals fan. Like, I've been for like 20 plus years. I'm so sick of it. And TJ's a giant Eagles fan. We have all these fucking Philly people on here. They're like, go Birds.
We do get a lot
I'm
of Philly
drown
people.
Good Lord.
I will throw an asterisk into that. As of last year, I'm really not that big of a sports fan anymore. But 2 years ago, I mean, I'm screaming at the TV, losing my head over losses. You know, Joe Burrow's definitely giving me probably a couple of holes in the stuff outside.
It doesn't matter. We can score 60 points and we still can't beat you. Our defense couldn't stop St. Mary's School for the Blind. We're freaking awful.
And then Seahawks fan for me. So just throw that in there. We're just Bird Gang over here.
Bird Gang, Birdie boys, the B.I.T.O boys. Yeah.
Second question: who is your guys' favorite golfer to watch currently and why?
Man, Phil Mickelson. Just because he's from San Diego, lefty. I'm left-handed too, so been following his whole road to success and live golf and whatnot. But yeah, it would be Phil for me.
I'm gonna say JJ Spawn. I know it's a Humber pick, but former Aztec. We were at San Diego State with JJ, partied with JJ a couple times.
Oh shit!
Nice. But his
SDSU baby.
SDSU, yeah.
God damn.
But his story and his comeback and just that U.S. Open from how it started to how he finished, just inspiring. Those are kind of stories I love to root for and watch.
Yeah. I think it was so cool just watching how much he's learned from the Players playoff too to now, because he knew how close he was. And I think that was the perfect winner for the Open.
It's cool too that like he had that, doing the post winning round interview there. Just like 3-4 years ago, he was about to give up golf. He's like, "Fuck it!" Like I've lost it. Like I don't have it anymore. And then all of a sudden, his wife's like, "Nah, you should like stick with it." And okay, here we go.
You hear the grumblings around San Diego, the kind of the ghost stories, if you will, of just him chipping for hours at certain places like Goat Hill. I'm not really sure of the other places, but there's a lot of people that have seen him, like you talked about 3 or 4 years ago where he was going through that slump, where he's just grinding it out. Those, I'm sure as you've experienced, Gary, those dark times as a former athlete where you just don't think you got it and you got to dig deep. So kudos to him.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. That and just the fact winning on Father's Day and he was up at 3 a.m. to go.
I saw that.
3 a.m. because his daughter was sick, just a regular guy out
Such
there
a dad
competing in the U.S.
It's a
Open.
beautiful story, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
All right, next up, if you could switch places with one person for 24 hours, who would it be?
I'm going to say my wife so that I could better myself. I'm somebody who is...
Aww.
Nah, I'm serious. I mean, not just in our relationship, but me being as a father, a person, I think if I was really to take a step outside of myself for 24 hours and to spend 24 hours with myself, I'd really get a good look at who I am and how I can be better as a person.
That's awesome. No, I love it. I love that.
That one's a tough one for me.
If you say his wife, I'm gonna call her. I'm gonna say bullshit.
No, I would I would say just any PGA professional, anyone that's on the tour. I want to see a day in the life of what they do, because we've experienced it as baseball players. Like I want to see what that routine from like 5 a.m. to whatever they're, during the day, how they like get ready for the following day, just the mental grind and their mental grind.
Yeah, I've never really thought about it that much. I know of it. Was it Full Swing? I watched a little bit of that and like seeing, some of like the workouts they just do and stuff like that. And, it's interesting. But also like the mental fortitude I think that golf takes. I would honestly say that I would. Yeah, I think that golf is probably more of a mental fortitude sport than baseball.
It's okay.
Yeah. Well, no, because I'm just thinking like baseball is still like so mentally draining and mentally tough that I don't think people that don't play it at a high level realize. But there's no way that golf's not more mentally fatiguing than that.
Right. And I think that little hesitation was that ex-baseball player in you, right? Because it's just...
Well, because I'm a pitcher and I'm like, all right, so this guy was like a 3 milliseconds short of my cutter. Do I throw it back inside? Do I go 4 more inches outside? Like, what do I do? It's fucking stupid as shit.
Well, good.
And then think about it from the position player side where like the best hitters in the world are hitting 300, which is one every 3 at bat. But not even like during our game now, it's like 1 every 4. So it's like...
I know.
Dude, like, but in golf, it's like you're not hitting the perfect shot every single time.
Right?
Yeah. So,
yeah. Sticking with that. So, question number 4, actually. What is your favorite club in your bag currently?
My putter. I would say my putter right now. It's hot right now.
What kind of putter do you get?
An Astro putter?
Oh.
Yeah. My Astro putter.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. Little flat stick. All right.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say my Bomb Tech wedges. I can't choose one. I know it's kind of a little plug, but these, as far as wedges go and clubs for me, they've been the best tool in my bag. I just have so much confidence in them. And I think, especially I come from a place that I didn't have very good short game. And when you don't have good short game, it is demoralizing. There's nothing worse than being, 5 or 6 yards from the green and you can see the pin and your next shot is further off the green than that one, Yeah. So, yeah, those are my favorite clubs in the bag. Love those. So, shout out to Bomb Tech.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Next up, what is a hidden talent of yours?
I play the piano, but I feel like that's not that hidden.
That's cool.
Filipino.
That's cool. You play well, okay, but like side question. What do you like to play? Is it like classical? Do you play like modern stuff, or what do you play?
So my dad was a keyboardist or an organist at a church, and then obviously he taught me growing up, and then ended up learning classical. Got taught classical, and now I'm trying to do the the more updated music, hip hop, John Legend.
Yeah, nice.
Okay.
Man, I don't think I have hidden talents. I think my one hidden talent was at my perspective before starting content creation was just my wild, uncontrollable brain, but now that I've kind of honed it into content creating and it kind of just gets to think of whatever.
I love that. That's so good.
Yeah, I know.
That's so good. What's a hidden talent? My brain. My brain's fucking sick, dude. That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
Well, I mean, I think it just comes alive on our page. I think from both of our perspective, it's just like, and this is one of the biggest reasons we do the Chip and Chirp and we want to give back so much is because I didn't consider myself this creative or my brain so sick a year ago, right? And that's kind of why I said, I just thought of it as being wild and uncontrollable and not really wasn't able to focus on one thing. But now that I can have so many thoughts, hone in on one subject and allow to pull from so many different areas to create a piece of content.
I love that. Yeah. No, because I mean, so it actually ties into both of these, and we've talked about it before many times on here. I'm actually a touring musician, and TJ is the manager of a recording studio. So, like, especially when it comes to ideas of like if I want to do a cover, or if I'm really feeling great about a song, like you have to make stuff for you, like not worry about making it for other people, because that's it's like what you're saying is like you bet on yourself. You worry about what's in here and you make it come to light for you, not for anybody else. And I think that, especially in the content creating space, people get they're just so judgmental and they don't realize like where the idea comes from or like what the vision was. But essentially it's not for them. Like you put it out there because you're like, hey, I'm a creative person and here's what I do. But that's so cool. I need to start. Where's my notepad? Let me start writing down. Work on my sick brain. Got it.
But I mean, you guys experience it. I'm not a musician. Even with Jamel, musicians have their own talents, and to think of things and to hear things that I would say the normal or lame person like myself doesn't necessarily hear or pick up on is a talent in itself. And I love that. In becoming so creative, I have so much more appreciation for other people's creativity.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
So yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I think that's big because like now I'm doing a lot more like film work. That's gotten pretty big here in upstate New York. But like just being the manager, like I worked at the recording studio for 10 years straight, and it got to the point where it was like hard to get in the car and listen to music because that's what I kind of did every day. And now it's like, it's finally getting back to that point, being 6-7 months now where I'm just doing film instead of like, it's been transitioning more and more that way, but now I haven't like touched an album in 6 months that it's like bringing that back. And it was, I saw some golfer recently too that like gave up being pro golf and now, cause they were just like that, they overthinking everything, getting inside their head. And now they're trying to get back and work their way through the Corn Ferry Tour. But I like lost that creative bit, and I think that was kind of like a little bit of the drive where like I started trying to do some of the golf content, and then we started the podcast because it was like I needed something that wasn't music for a period to kind of get back.
Right.
Fuck yeah. I can't say hell yeah anymore because I say that too much, as pointed out by one of the Vega brothers. So, but it's better than me just going fuck yeah every day. Everything. The hell. All right, last question here. What is your guys' personal goal for your golf game this season, if you have one?
Shoot, break 75.
Okay,
we'll get under 75. Nice. We've broken 80. Oh, I've broken 80. Now I'm just trying to get to. Like, I feel like more individual games versus trying to do like a collective handicap for us is more like goal oriented for us, I would say.
Cool.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's just to commit to every shot. If I can just do that.
I love that.
Yeah, I think if I can just do that, my game, I seem to enjoy it so much more. Even when I have a bad miss. But there's nothing worse for me than just not committing to a golf shot and hitting a bad golf shot.
I think it might be the worst feeling. I'd rather give up a 520-foot bomb than visualize a really good golf shot and know that it's there and then absolutely not commit to it and hit it 6 inches in front of me. I kind of want to fight an entire second grade when that happens. Yeah. I get so angry.
And not commit to it. I think that's the biggest part for me is because there's fear in it, right? The not committing to it. And it's when I sit down and think about it, what does that one shot really fucking matter? And that's why my goal is to commit to it. Because I think if I can just sit there and commit to every golf shot, my game is going to flourish.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Because how are you going to know like what the feel is? Like if you don't commit to it, you're never going to know exactly. Then you can bottle it up to. Oh God, right. I think we might be the same person.
Yeah.
What were you going to say though? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So we think differently when it comes to the game of golf. He is more of the technical. Hey, am I lined up? Am I like set up the right way? This and that. For me, it's just like rhythm and feel. And that was kind of like how our baseball career was too, is that I kind of like flowed with what was being thrown to me. More he was like, okay, I'm looking for a certain thing. And then, hopefully my mechanics are all in line. That's he busts his ass hard during those times. So.
Right. Yeah. Well, you got to trust yourself, right? You got to trust yourself because that's what got you there at the same point. So it's like, and baseball players were so meticulous and so methodical with stuff, and it's like It's hard to describe to somebody. Like
it really is.
Oh, dude, like my pre-day routine, like before a day of a start or like the day of, dude, I was a fucking
maniac.
Put me in a psych ward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, dude. Exactly. And the thing is, anybody who's played baseball feels like that for the starting pitcher, right? We all know that starting pitcher that day of. Yo, don't talk to that guy. Yeah. Let them do whatever they're gonna do. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's just funny because I mean a lot of that, I feel like a lot of that does transition to golf though, especially when something like you said, when you commit to something and then something sticks and it's repetitive. Now you're doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over again, and you're like, the second that you don't do it and it goes off, you're like, shit, what am I doing? Right. So funny. One more time, tell the people where they can find you guys on social media and everything.
Well, we are Birdies in the Outfield. Everyone, you can find us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Thank you so much, Basic Bogeys, for having us. We appreciate your guys' time and you considering us. We sincerely appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for taking the time and coming on.
Absolutely. Anytime, guys.
Thanks for watching today's episode.
To see more of our content, be sure to follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe on YouTube. We can be found at Basic Bogeys on all platforms.
Thanks. We hope to see you on the next one.